Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Kritika. Aarti, thank you so much for the introduction. So today we are going to be talking about email automation strategies. So today's strategies, we are going to be discussing in detail about welcome emails and cart abandonment because for one thing, they are very easy to set up, and once they are set up, it is automatically going to generate revenue for your store. So I hope, we have made it very actionable. So in this session, I'm going to be explaining about how to do your welcome emails, different kind of welcome emails, as well as some sort of statistics based on the industry factors. And I'm going to do the same for cart abandonment. And once the session is over, we also have a demo about how you can go right away and set up a cart abandonment email series using Zoho campaigns. So if you are a Zoho Commerce customer, you have access for 90-day free trial of campaigns. So I do hope you uh, take the opportunity to like try it out and see how effective the campaign is. So before we start into the session, I just want to have a idea about. Oh, so sorry. One second. All right, I think I messed up. Okay, yeah. Yes. So I just want to know whether you're selling right now. So I think everybody should be able to see the poll results as I have already published it. Silly me, but yeah. So this will give me an idea about where you are right now. And it's nice that there are some people who are already using commerce. You will definitely find this session extremely helpful because you can actually go in and set up campaigns, cart abandonment emails using campaigns. Even if you are not with Zoho, I do hope you can actually sign up for Zoho One. I'm sure if you are in Zoho, you would have access to Zoho One. Campaigns is like a great tool which will help you to like simplify cart abandonment process. All right, we have. I think we'll move on from the poll. It's great. We have like a great mix of people, and nobody selling on marketplaces. All right. So before we go into the session, just like a brief through on like what are automated emails, and these are like a basic sentiments a lot of people had when we sent an email for cart abandonment. A lot of people wrote back to me and said it's an invasion of privacy. Why are we talking about it? Our customers, if they are not checking out, they are not checking out. Why will we want to spam them with the emails? So I just wanted to like brief through and like cover all the bases and make you understand as store owners why this is important to you. So all right, so one thing first, I'm going to like talk about what are automated emails. So there are two types of emails that most store owners we take advantage of. One is campaign emails, another is automated emails. Campaign emails are something like your newsletters, your promotional campaigns that you go and you set up every time. But these automated emails are something that get triggered based on customers' behavior. So as a customer, I go into a new e-commerce store and then I sign up for the newsletter. So I get like a welcome email that is automatically triggered. So these are something that I'm setting it like I am not going to go in every time and send these emails to people. So this is based on customer activity. So you are not spamming them. They are taking an action on your website, and based on that, you are sending out an email. And also, whenever you are like signing up with Zoho campaigns, all the emails get triggered to people who have signed up for your newsletter. So this doesn't get triggered to people who don't explicitly say I want emails from you. So definitely people are looking for emails from you, and that is why they sign up, and that is why automated email is extremely important. And second thing is like, is it an invasion of privacy? So ideally, a customer who has come given you the email address, that means they want to hear from you. And if you don't email, then people are going to think this brand is not active. Maybe they are not currently selling or something like that. So that is the reason why we need to be extremely communicative, and these sort of triggered emails let people know like you are there and you are efficient, and you are going to like get back to them as soon as they reach out to you. So that is why these automated emails are important. And there are two types of email strategies, or these sort of automated email strategies you can implement. One is transactional and another is based on your brand personality. So I will be explaining in detail about what are transactional emails and what are, like, these brand personality emails. And another thing is that we need to understand how we can use email automation responsibly. So ideally, people are giving us their email, and we need to, like, uh, ensure we manage their email in a very responsible manner. So ideally, it's okay to be like sending them welcome email, one welcome email, and maybe a series of abandonment cart email. But it is not okay to like spam them continuously. Like a cart abandonment email could be spread in a span of week or 10 days, but it's not okay to send 10 emails on the same day. So we need to use some sort of a common sense and, like, be in par with the customer's expectation. So that is one thing. So we need to use these email automation where we ensure that we send the right information at the right time. So that is the only thing we use this triggered emails for. Another thing, like, some statistics that says these sort of trigger emails give you 4x more revenue. So ideally, this works when you plan out and then you time your emails. It doesn't work if you are going to spam your customers. So you need to, like, consider and come up with the right strategy to ensure you are very responsible with your customer emails. So, Jen, I want to start off by this particular saying that says, too often feeling intimidated becomes our excuse not to be awesome. So, this means as a brand, as an online store seller, you need to think out of the ordinary and come up with strategies that is going to make your brand look exclusive and customers trust your brand. So I am going to be citing few examples now. So we'll just move ahead right into the welcome automation email series. So yes. So one thing is, I told you that there are two types. Like, your brand can represent yourself to customers in two different types. One is transactional, and another is brand personality. So this is have for you is an example of a basic welcome email. So one is where, as you can see a logo, you can see you deserve better basic, like a tagline, and then there is like a small incentive box. So ideally, when I go into a website, I sign up for your newsletter, and I get this email. I'm gonna be like, hey, yes, I like this product, and then I can use this coupon code and then go in and I can actually get a discount. So these sort of emails help me in like making my first transaction. So ideally, we have a follow-up session about it where you can get customers to keep coming back to your website using these automated emails. But that is for another day. But I'm telling you, these sort of incentives, like incentivizing using a transactional email, will get users to like come in and place an order and get your product. So once your product is delivered, they're going to be like, I like the quality of the product. This is some brand that I can stick to. So the end result of this transactional email is for customers to go in and place the order. And another thing is, like, a small brand story and then like information about your product. So your welcome email is for a transactional, ideally transactional email, your end goal is for customers to go in, use a coupon code, and then place an order on your website. So ideally, how you can get customers to this is also like a great example where if you want customers to sign up for your newsletter. So ideally, I would have either like a pop-up or a small section in the website that says, hey, sign up and get like a coupon code that gives you 15% discount. This is something like, okay, as a customer, I would like, okay, let me go give my email address to them, and yes, I'm going to get a coupon code. So this is like a give and take thing that works extremely well for a lot of customers. So this is the first type, transactional. The second type is communicating your brand personality. As you can see, Glossier is a brand. This is their welcome email. So you can't see a coupon code anywhere in the email. All you can see is like happy customers who are using a product, and ideally all of their customer are like a community. So you can see a lot of brands that is trying to build a community rather than building a transactional setup. As you can see, as a customer, if I sign up for the newsletter, I'm going to actually go in and see all these customer stories, these videos. That there could be like a forum where people are talking about the product, etc. So this is going to actually help me build a relationship with the brand. So as an end user, I'm going to like feel I belong to this brand because of all the people that is in there. So this sort of brand building works for very niche brands. So I have a particular niche. Let's say I sell eco-friendly products. So I build a niche around that, where I want to build a list of people who are like-minded. So if I am in that sort of a niche, this particular strategy will work greatly for me. But if I am more in a transactional way, where I sell a lot of products in a different categories, that time this particular thing might not work for me, because my focus is not in one thing. I'm selling like multiple things. I could be selling women clothing, men clothing, children clothing. So it's very difficult to form a community when our product database is vast. But if you have like a common element, something like what Glossier does, this sort of a strategy is going to really help you build your brand followers. So this is this is ideally like how you can frame your emails. And next we're going to talk about how to frame your subject lines. So incentive based subject lines work. This is something we discussed, more like a transactional email. If you're going to go ahead with that strategy, this incentive based subject line is going to help you, like basically say, hey, get $25 off your first order. I am going to go in and click on that because I have a monetary value out of this. And the second thing is like personalizing the subject line. Emojis are a great way now to like let people know, hey, like I'm a very friendly brand, do like come and engage with me. That kind of a feel comes into this. So ideally, hey John Doe, let's let the fun begin, or something like that. It's going to make me feel like I belong to a community. Like if I am that sort of a person, I am going to click on this and sign up to be like a loyal follower. Another thing is like a conversational, to build a connect. So something like, who, we are so glad you decided to join us. It means something like you are important to me, and I'm so happy that you have decided to like join our community. So this is where you can create a personal connect with your customer. So I do hope you do a little bit of research and understand what. So we have like really good handouts around buyer personalities and like telling your brand stories. I do hope you download it and take advantage of it, and then you can actually relate to what I'm talking about in this particular session, and come up with like really strategies that is going to give you the revenue. Ideally, transactional emails, your goal is to get these orders. uh, and if you're going to go ahead and go into the brand personality way, your goal will be to build your subscriber base. So that is how you need to think about these automation strategies and then take it ahead. And another, like I want to like put in these industry standards here, so that if you are setting up a welcome email, you need to understand that your average open rate should be around 50%. If it isn't, you need to go in and work on your subject lines, and like even go into your website and see what your newsletter column is saying. Another thing is that revenue per email is 320% more than regular emails. So you should also be tracking how well your welcome emails are bringing in revenue for your brands. So I do hope you go ahead and try it. And also, like remember, you need to trigger your welcome emails immediately. As a customer, you would have gone into different websites and given your email and gone back into the your inbox and expected a response. So this is all about welcome email. Now we are going to move into the cart abandonment. So yes, abandonment cart emails. I just have like a one more poll, because when, like I told you, when I sent emails, I got few customers writing back to me saying cart amendment emails isn't the way to go. and people believe it is like invasion of privacy, and a lot of people did not really have an opinion about cart abandonment, but this is like the most important strategy that all online stores must have. So all right, I'm so happy that 50% of people who have voted here think it's a great strategy. So I'm just going to go ahead and show the result to everyone. All right. So people who do think it's an invasion of privacy, I did write back for to couple of customers who did change their mind. I'm just going to go into the next slide as well and give the explanation as to what I told them as well. So I'm so happy 60% of customers feel it's a great strategy. I do hope you go ahead and try this out. So these are like a couple of emails that I got from customers. What people feel is that they people come in and then they add products to their cart because they feel they need to check the price. So a lot of online store owners, they don't publish their shipping cost upfront. So you need to go all the way to the checkout to figure out, if the shipping and the cost is worth it. So this is a valuable point a lot of people put forward, basically people who wrote back to me told. So I mean, I will have to agree. I have done that as well. There are so many times I have gone and compared like the price in various websites, but that is something we need to cover upfront. We need to be a little bit more transparent upfront, because people trust honesty. If you can build your brand as a trustworthy brand, people like first time they will do a price comparison, second time they might do a price comparison, and then they're going to come back and be like, okay, these people are honest. Even if they are a little bit more expensive in shipping, at least I get my product the way. So those sort of emotions are important to customers. So I mean, this is something not related to cart automation, but as online store owners, that sort of trust helps you build your business. So you need to be a little bit more straightforward and display your shipping, as well as ensure you collect the customer details across various e-commerce journeys. So even while shipping, if you provide a faster shipping, if you provide a better experience for customers, they are not going to mind the extra shipping cost. So you need to tell customers, this is why I am charging so much for the shipping. The customer might change their mind. So we need to get out of the mindset and put the shipping cost at the end of your checkout process. Rather tell customers upfront, they might be okay with it. So another thing is, yes, these are all the reasons that people are probably abandoning your cart, but there are other reasons why people abandon your cart. I could be actually, there are plenty of times I have shopped for like half an hour, added product to the cart, but for some reason I get a phone call, or my son starts screaming or something. I'm just going to stop it. I go back, I come back. There are sometimes the website doesn't save my cart. That is like a big turn off. I am not going to go back and spend another half an hour on a website again adding products. So that is the reason why saving the cart is extremely important. Even though 50% of customers are leaving because of price factors, there are 20 to 30% of the customers, sorry, not 20 to 30, 10 to 20% of customers who are leaving for genuine reasons, and they wish to come back and complete the transaction. And if their cart is not saved, if they don't find a way back, they are going to go elsewhere and complete the checkout. So this is why, like, these 10 to 20% of people are the reason why you need to come up with an efficient cart abandonment strategy. So I hope like I've made myself clear. I mean, we can take more questions at the end of the session where I can make myself more clear and give more statistics around this. So okay, I'm so sorry, my thing is hiding behind the image. But ideally, this is I want you to like read this particular email. This is like a cart abandonment email sent by this company. So this company sells these sort of small whiskeys uh, to taste. So ideally, like as a customer, if I see a cart abandonment email, when I open it, I expect to see the products there. I expect to see like some sort of a coupon code to check out with, something like that. But when I open this is like an email that is showing me a lot of personality about the brand. I will not think this email is like an invasion of privacy. I would actually sit and read through it, and there are a lot of points that are extremely funny, and I actually spent a lot of time. Like I spent nearly 10 minutes in reading this email and laughing about it. So I'm just gonna quote few points. So one is like, pass them on to your children as a family jewel. Keep one in your back pocket for emergencies. And so you need to like, this is one way where you can let customers know your brand personality. So as your end user, if you are selling something unique, quirky, these sort of personality emails play a very big role, because people want to engage with you. They want to read emails like this. They want, it's something like a meme. So when people send us meme, we read them. It like in the middle of a hectic day, when I see something like this, I like to spend that 10, 20, 30 seconds on reading it, and like, probably giving out a chuckle. So something like that, that sort of um, response is something, not response, that sort of emails your customers expect from you. And like, when you send another email, they are okay to click on it and read it. So if you want, I can share this presentation along with the email. You can actually take a look at the examples that I've stated, which can help you in framing a better strategy. And we are coming to a different, like a basic cart abandonment template. This is something you can actually go into Zoho campaign backend and build. So I'm also going to, in my demo section, I will show you something like this that I have built. So ideally, this is like the first example where you can be witty, where you can use a lot. It takes a lot of time to build a template like this. You need to spend a lot of time in coming up with the right content and the right design, etc. But this is something you can go in and build within like an hour or two, and you can start scheduling it immediately. So if you are like, again, you're a transactional kind of a person, your brand is little transactional, this is something I would prefer, like, you go in and set it ASAP. And if you feel like you need to come up with something witty like this, you can take your own time, like, and do it. So I'm just going to explain this particular template a bit more, so you have an understanding about the different elements that go into your cart abandonment template. So one thing is a witty banner text. Again, you need to be a little bit different. Don't I mean, you can, it could be as simple as, hey, you have forgotten something in your cart. Something more conversational, something more simple. Don't think about anything out of the ordinary. So ideally, this particular email has like, you accidentally left some amazing wine in your cart. So this is simple, and I can read it, and I can engage with it. And another thing next is like, no biggie. So you can just go in and click on this particular button and take people right back to the cart. And another element for you to have is the product in the email. So these are the products that I added in your website, and seeing it in the email again, it's going to trigger my memory. Okay, I did spend a lot of time in searching for this product, and I have added it here. So it is important that I check out now. So it is, I hope you understand the importance of having product pictures in your cart abandonment email. Zoho campaign does it automatically for you. And again, if you can give a coupon code, it is going to be extremely good. But that is a strategy I wouldn't want most online store owners to follow, because most customers, bargain hunters, they will start waiting for your abandonment cart email before checking out. So what you can do is probably give, come up with a coupon code that is eligible once for one user, and but the following time they will not be able to use that coupon. Something, that sort of a strategy you can follow. But I would not suggest you use coupon codes on cart abandonment email. But that is, if you have the budget, if your product markup is higher and you don't mind giving a 5% off coupon code, then that is like a great strategy. You're going to have like a very high CTA as well as revenue per email price. Okay. So now going into the industry statistics as to people. So most people, like if you are selling, if you're in B2B and you have like, a higher cost per product, people schedule up to 7 cart abandonment emails. So this will be spread across 3 weeks or something like that. As you can see, each and every cart abandonment email has got a very high open rate. The first email has got 62.94%, and then the seventh email has got 31.91%. So that is even if you look at your normal campaign emails, your open rate is somewhere around 20 to 30%. And if you can see, like, your first cart abandonment email, it says 62.94%. That is extremely high. You're not going to get that sort of an open rate for any of your other emails. And this is about open rate, but your average click rate is also extremely high. As you can see, your first email has an average open rate of 14.53% versus your seventh email, which is 6.2%. So based on the statistics, we advise most of no, this is like what most industry experts tell online store owners. You can schedule up to a 3 series email for your best results. So your first email will be something that says, hey, you've left your cart behind. So first email is just a reminder email. And the second email is like, hey, your cart is expiring, so why don't you come back? So people don't give the coupon code on the first email, but somewhere in the second email you can actually give a coupon code. This way, not majority of the customers will make use of it. And then there is a third email. So third email is ideally you can work around with the combination of automation that people have clicked on your email but have not checked out, but then something like that. So that means people want to engage with your band and then they are not checking out for some reason. So your third email could be something where you include a survey link that says, hey, tell us why you're not checking out. So this way you can go back and fix your e-commerce process as well. So this doesn't happen. So this particular customer experience doesn't get replicated to other customers. So you can fix the problem in your store then and there, and you're all set. So this becomes a continuous improvement process as well as a cart abandonment process. So another thing that I want to show is the cart abandonment email industry standards. So when to send your first email, you can trigger, most people trigger in the 24 hours, like, one day after they leave the store, that's when they trigger. But there are also some brands that they send it out immediately as soon as a customer closes the window. So you can try around, work around, play around with the different timelines and see what best works for you. And then the average open rate is 41.18%, and the revenue per email is $5.81. So these are like a global statistics that works for all regions. Okay, so I am going to be playing you a small demo video. Why I'm playing, I mean, usually we go into a live demo, but there are a lot of technical problems that I have faced where when I screen share, the video goes off and other things. So I went ahead and recorded this. So it's a very small video. I think it's around 8 minutes. And so yes, I hope you feel free to ask questions so I can go back and answer them as well. So let me know, just type out in chat if you can't see the video.
To set up an effective cart abandonment series, we are going to log into Zoho Campaigns. So we enter the URL campaigns.zoho.com. I assume your Zoho Campaigns and Zoho Commerce are integrated. So in that case, we click on e-commerce and then we can see this page. So I'm going to click on Zilka Health Store. That is my online store. So once I am in here, I am going to go and click on create. And once I click on create, there are two different options, promotional email as well as automated email. Promotional email is where I set up my campaign emails and other things. But for cart abandonment, we need to go into automated email. So under automated email, you can see that we already have three different templates here. So one is a simple abandonment, another is like an advanced abandonment. So simple abandonment is something that I'm going to choose and run you through. But once you have mastered simple abandonment, you can probably move into the advanced abandonment template. So clicking on use template, I can now see that see this canvas. So ideally looking at this canvas, you can see there is like one trigger, which is the cart abandonment, and then there are 3 follow-ups. So this is ideally a 3 follow-up email series. So as mentioned in the webinar, ideally most online store owners would prefer to go for a 3 email series which has yielded maximum profit. So let's see how to set this up. So as you can see, this abandonment cart trigger, you first need to select the cart. So clicking on that select cart, you can see this option pop up, and here you need to click the drop down and choose Zilker Health Store. So ideally, we set up a lead time of 1 hour. You can go in and set up how many hours you want. So ideally, what this means is that once a customer has abandoned the cart, only after an hour it is considered as an abandoned cart and it gets registered here. And now, as you can see, the cart abandonment trigger leads to an email. So here, as you can see, the template has like wait for 6 hours. Ideally, most online store owners would like to immediately trigger an email as well. So I'm just gonna go by what statistics says. Once you trigger an email immediately, people who have abandoned the cart due to some technical issues, due to like their laptop shutting down on them or any sort of such issues, will have an option to click on the email and come and check out. So that is the reason why most people have no delay for the first email. So once I click on that, I go in and click on create message. So in create a message, I'm gonna add subject. I'm gonna personalize it. So ideally, again, cart abandonment emails would be triggered to people who have signed up to your store or like your frequent users. Otherwise, it is impossible for us to trigger an email to them. So since you already have an information, have their contact information, it is better you personalize the email. This way customers tend to click on the email. So I'm setting the subject here. I've left something behind. So pre-header is ideally like a small liner that comes under any email stating why you're sending this email. So I am entering a pre-header stating that you were trying to check out products from Zilker Health Store. So once I'm done with that, I am going to hit save. So yes, now that's done. Once that's done, we need to go and add the sender details. So I'm going to choose Zilker Health Store, and then I'm gonna again hit on save. And once that's done, I'm gonna go in and create the email. So I'm gonna choose something which is pretty simple. So as we had discussed in the webinar, showing your brand's personality or being a little quirky or funny in your cart abandonment email works. So ideally a dog, everybody loves dogs. So I feel like, this email for a template will definitely work. So once you come in and choose the template, I would want you to change the logo. But now for the demo purpose, I am just going to go ahead and click save and next, because we have a banner, the product, and clicking on complete purchase will automatically take the customers to the checkout cart. Okay. Once you have set up the email, you will come to this page where you need to click on send for review. So almost all emails that you create on campaigns need to be sent for review before you can send it out to the public. And that's it. You are done with the design part. Now we're going to go back to the canvas. So once you have set the first of the series, ideally it is going to lead to the second email. It again says wait for 1 day. So what it this means is that when the customer has not opened the email that you sent the previous day, this particular email will be triggered. So you can go in and like nudge them again with like a different email that says your products are waiting for you, your products are selling out. And then we go into the third email. So the third email could be something like, tell us what went wrong. And you can probably link them to a survey, which will take people back to a survey link where they can explain exactly why they wouldn't check out. So it also works as a feedback mechanism to help you frame a better online strategy as well. So I hope this particular demo has helped you in understanding how to set up an effective cart abandonment for your store.
Okay. I hope this has given you some sort of a basic understanding about how you can create a cart abandonment strategy. It is similar to that. You can go and actually find templates to set up a welcome email series as well. But as I'm seeing a lot of questions around people who are trying to do it, do email me, because it's very difficult to answer each and every scenarios in here during a webinar, because right now the point of this webinar is to think about cart abandonment, think about welcome emails, what sort of a content you can create. So any technicalities that you want to discuss about commerce with campaign integrations, I do nudge you all to email me at marketing at zohocommerce.com, where I'm from the marketing team. I can definitely, actually get on a call with you and explain and give you a direct inputs on, how to set each things up, like how to set up a trigger for cart abandonment, the trigger for welcome emails, etc. So do feel free to email. So Aarti, is there any questions you or feel we need to answer, or I know she's been answering everything, but any question that we want to address to everyone?
Hi, Kritika. Yeah.
Uh,
There's one that 1 minute. I'll just project that. Just going through the questions. Huh. There's one that Pooja Gupta asked. Whether is there any way to define trigger for automated emails in the workflow? I wanted to mention that Zoho Commerce actually has a trigger for the customer's journey. So every time the customer places the order on the website, or every time the order has been shipped, the customers receive the emailers to the registered address every now and then, along with the product details. Also, every time the order is shipped, he receives it along with the tracking ID as well. And these templates are completely editable. You can just edit the templates to suit the brand image. And there's
Okay, 1 second. Helen has asked, we have not come to the stage of introducing online shopping in our website. How could we make use of Zoho tools to create brand awareness among potential customers? So Helen, we have various tools like Zoho Social, Zoho Survey, and ideally these two tools you can make use of to engage with your customers at different points. So social, again, it all of these tools can help automate a lot of process for you, but actual building the audience needs to be like a consistent work from our end. So you can ideally, if you are selling retail, if you have customers there, you need to come up with the strategies of moving your retail customers online. And once they come online and they give you a website, you can target them using these workflows and targeted emails. But again, it will depend on your strategy and how consistent you are as a brand in reaching out for them. And definitely it's going to be a very difficult thing to do. It will take you at least a year to break even when you're online. So that is something you can probably fasten it by going in for paid ads and other things. But that is the thing with Zoho tools, especially you need to try out yeah, with commerce, you need to try out inventory, Zoho survey, Zoho social, and Zoho campaigns. So these 4 tools will definitely help you in automating all of these processes. And
There's also one constant question from all the attendees is whether they'll be getting a full recording or not.
yes, so we are recording the session, and you are going to be getting we will be sending it to you another 24 to 48 hours. I think by Thursday you should be having the video recording. Okay, there are so many more questions. We have one from Archana that says, if customer reacts to the first emails and checkout, then the second, yes, Archana, once the first email gets triggered and then they engage with it, the second and third email will not be triggered. So you can go in and you can actually set the trigger however you want. So if you want, first person, there is 2 levels of cart abandonment strategies you can take. One is like a very simple flow. Another could be something like a more advanced flow. So a person has actually engaged with it and bought the product. You can trigger an email 2 weeks later that says, hey, you bought a product from us, why don't you review it? So this way you can actually create an different whole set of conversation for your post purchase email strategy. So we will be having a session on post purchase email strategy as well. That time I would be explaining this better in thing. Yeah. So another Pooja Gupta is like, without integration with Zoho Commerce, if we use automation or workflow available in Zoho campaigns, can't we do that setting in trigger? So Pooja, I'm not able to understand the question. So if you are actually having a store with the Shopify and I think WooCommerce, you can directly integrate, and all of these features that I explained to you in the demo, it will work seamlessly. So I hope that explains your answer. So again, it will only the platforms that is compatible with Zoho campaigns would work. Otherwise, it wouldn't. You cannot do the triggers and set up the things with other campaigns. So if you can actually email me with whatever, or you can email campaigns team support at Zoho campaigns. Can you just post the email address for them, Aarti, for campaigns support email, so you can see if they integrate with that, with the whatever platform you having your online store. So Saik, yes, we will send the recording to you. Saravan, and starting a new e-commerce portal for food products. So products helps in growing our business, like marketing, communication. Yes, it's the same thing. So ideally, I would say, you need inventory. If if you are having like a very small database of product, I wouldn't say you need inventory, but ideally you will definitely need campaigns to keep reaching out to your customers who have bought products. You can set up these automated triggers, and you need social, where you can go and schedule all of your social posts in advance, and you can actually basically create that brand presence with customers. And then Zoho survey is a very important role when you're starting out. So it will help you understand your customer experiences, where they're lacking. You can actually send out a survey link to find out how the delivery was the product fresh, when you're in the food industry, was the product fresh when they sent out, when they received the product, was the transportation. So you have the control until the product is shipped. Once it's out of your hand, you don't know what that particular product is going through and how it's reaching the customer. So you can actually bridge the gap using survey. And that is why I am we also having a session on survey. When do we have it, Aarti?
Uh,
I think it's on Friday. I think it's on Friday. Yeah, we have a session on Friday. Just to give them the link for all our webinars, so you can figure
yeah,
out. You can figure out how you can actually not only build a good store, a good product, but basically a good customer experiences using all of these products. Okay. Then the next question, what are the different features between Zoho Marketing Hub and Zoho Campaigns? So Marketing Hub is a fairly new product, Abhishek, but it's a much more advanced product where you have like an integrated, where you can create a full what to say, like a calendar for your products and stuff. So Marketing Hub, if I start off, it's going to be like a very big thing. So ideally campaigns, you can only schedule emails, but Marketing Hub is a place where you can schedule your entire marketing activities. So that is the difference between Hub and campaigns. So we will, Abhishek, I can send an email about Marketing Hub and campaigns to your email later. So you have like more understanding. Do I need separate website to start ecom with Zoho? Sandeep, I don't really understand your question. Do you have like a Zoho site website already? If that's the case, Zoho sites, yes, you will require a Zoho commerce website, ideally to check out the products. So you need not actually build something entirely. You can use Zoho Commerce as a backend, and there is a concept of buy button. So for each and every product you create, you can actually generate a snippet of code, and you can actually put it in the sites itself. So this is something, if you don't want to build a full front end for commerce, this is a strategy to take. But to scale your business, you will need a separate online store. So okay, where could we land Zoho Commerce abandonment cart data into? Yes, your CRM with and campaigns. Oh, sorry. Yeah, your commerce and CRM all are integrated, so you can go and set it up however you want to collect the data accordingly. And so it is not something like, this is where it gets saved. So this is all based on the settings that you make in the backend. You can create a list separately for cart abandonment or something. Also, if you actually look at it, Zoho Commerce also has a cart abandonment that you can actually just go in and enable. For starters, at least you can start off and do that, where automatic emails will get triggered and do it. And you can probably try doing that as well. Magento integration, I am not sure about Zoho campaigns with Magento, Ramesh. We will get back to you on email. Who should I get in touch with for details about Zoho products? Um, what like each Zoho products has a different team. So if you can list, if it's something around commerce, you can get in touch with the. I'll just respond to you. Pre-sales at Zoho commerce.com, and they will help you and get in touch with the individual products you need. Can we use a Zoho Commerce cart page integration with my company's website? Yeah, that is the buy button concept that I told you. So ideally, the cart will not be in your website, but you can embed the products into your website, Rohit. So once that's done, when customer clicks on buy now, it is going to take them to a different page, which is the back end of Zoho Commerce, and they'll be able to check out. So you right now, like if you don't want to build a complete storefront, you don't have to do that. Is there a website plus campaign plus website package in Zoho? Sandeep, right now we have a 90-day free trial for campaigns if you're a Zoho Commerce user. And we have a 90-day free Zoho Commerce demo as well. So you sign up for Commerce and you can sync with campaigns, and you can start using them for free for the next 90 days. So that is what we have right now. So ideally, our thing is commerce is in talks to be included in Zoho 1. So we are hoping in a couple of months we get included in Zoho 1. Once that is done, you have access to campaigns, you have access to social, you have access to 40 different of Zoho products. But once we are included in 1, we will send an email and let each and every one of you know. So I don't think we are well past 45 minutes. Any other questions? You can email us at marketing at zohocommerce.com. I mean, I will go ahead and take the questions that are there as well. Rohit, where should the abandonment card data land, in which module to be example? What would you say? So the abandonment card data, if you are syncing it with campaigns, it will automatically, 1 second, I will just share my screen. And I will just show you how it will look in campaigns. I would suggest it go into campaigns because if you actually go into campaigns and I hope everybody can see the screen. Aarti, just confirm. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen, Kritika. I mean, it's still blank. Still loading, right? I
Yeah.
can.
1 second. No,
Yeah, I
it's
can see.
I'm not. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. So as you can see, can you see it now? It should have loaded by now.
I mean, no, it's
Okay.
it's loading.
So that this is the reason why I recorded my demo. It takes a lot of time to get loaded. But I hope, I mean, right now it says my
Yeah, I can see.
screen. Okay. All right. So if you go into e-commerce and you can see the thing that is thing, and if you go into automated emails, you can see the cart abandonment there. So as and when a person's cart is abandoned, it will automatically enter into the workflow. So I will just
It's
and so
blank.
you don't have to worry about the list at all. So cart abandonment is something people who have already are a part of your list, but they come into a particular workflow. So as you can see, this is my cart abandonment workflow.
Kritika,
So
I'm sorry to bother, but then it's blank now all of a sudden.
oh crap! I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen. I've stopped my camera also, so it should work. All right. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen again.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay, cool. So this is my cart abandonment canvas here. So ideally, people who have, I need to like reiterate and say this thing once more. People who have signed up for your emails, like people who have, so any sort of a email that you send them, like, welcome email or cart abandonment email, these are all marketing emails. And according to GDPR, you cannot just take any email address and send them emails. They should explicitly like tell, okay, I want to email, so only then these emails will be triggered. So most of the customers who fall into your abandonment cart series are customers who have or who are already in your list. So once they abandon the cart, so ideally you can see abandoned cart and Zilka Health Store. Zilka Health Store is my online store. So once they abandon the cart, they will enter into a workflow. So all of this happens only in campaigns. So you cannot create like a separate URL in CRM, because in cart abandonment, people are not entering a email address. So they're basically adding products and then they're leaving the store. So only people who are in your list, the cart abandonment email is triggered. So that is why welcome email is suggested first. Like, why I started with welcome email is that so that you can start building a relationship with customers who are shopping on your website. So I hope you have had some understanding as to, what is cart abandonment and who the email triggers to and where the data goes from. But ideally, once like a customer is abandoned, like the email is triggered because they enter the abandonment cart workflow. So that is how the entire workflow works. So okay, Sandeep, do you refer professionals to do the setup work? I'm looking for someone who can. Sandeep, we are in the process of setting up partners with commerce to help our customers do the same. We will get in touch with you and then we'll let you know if we can find somebody specific to setting up the sort of email thing. Okay. So, I mean, we are running late. So, I just want to run you through the various social platforms we have, because we are a fairly new product. We are like, there for a year, but we have like started all of our social handles are pretty new, and Aarti handles them, and she basically told me I need to tell this line to get
Yeah.
people on our social
All
platform.
the posts are quite interesting. I mean, all the posts are kind of interesting and very interactive. So yeah.
Yeah. So she is coming up with 1 minute marketing tips and a lot of other engaging information for you all. So we hope you sign up. We are on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Also, Instagram link is not there. I will add it for the next session, as well as LinkedIn. So do follow us. I do hope you enjoyed our webinar session. I mean, if we haven't had the chance to answer your question, I am going to actually export all the question here and then write back to everyone. If I don't get in touch with you, please feel free to email me at, again, I am entering the same email address. Please don't think I'm spamming you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. We are like, exactly, it's going to be an hour. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah.